Have you ever walked past an old, abandoned building and felt a shiver run down your spine? Ever wondered about the stories trapped within its decaying walls? Today we're journeying into one of London's most mysterious and haunting locations, the Holloway General Hospital. What secrets does this place hold, and why do stories of its past continue to captivate us? Let's start at the beginning. Opened in 1885, Holloway wasn't your typical hospital. It was originally called the Holloway Sanatorium, designed by the visionary architect William Henry Crossland. Financed by philanthropist Thomas Holloway, it was intended to be a progressive institution for the treatment of mental health conditions, specifically for the middle class. The design itself was breathtaking, a grand Gothic revival masterpiece, looking more like a fairy tale castle than a medical facility. The idea was that beautiful surroundings could help heal the mind, a truly forward-thinking concept for its time. For decades, Holloway served its purpose. It was a place of refuge and recovery for many. Imagine the scenes. Patients strolling through the ornate gardens, taking part in art therapy in sunlit rooms, or finding solace in the grand chapel. It was a community, a world unto itself, filled with hopes and struggles. The hospital utilized the latest treatments of the era, from hydrotherapy to rest cures. While some of these methods might seem strange to us now, they were considered cutting edge back then. Thousands of lives were touched by this place, each leaving an invisible mark on its history. But as the 20th century progressed, things began to change. The world of mental health care evolved, moving away from large, isolated institutions. The National Health Service, or NHS, took over in 1948, and the sanatorium was renamed Holloway Hospital. The focus shifted, and the grand building started to show its age. Maintaining such a colossal structure became a huge financial challenge. The patient population dwindled, and the once bustling halls grew quieter. By the early 1980s, the final chapter for Holloway Hospital was being written. It was deemed outdated and too expensive to run. The doors were officially closed, and the last of the patients and staff moved on. And that's when a new story began, the story of its abandonment. Left to the mercy of time and nature, the magnificent building started to decay. Windows were boarded up, paint peeled from the walls, and the once manicured gardens became overgrown jungles. The silence was deafening, a stark contrast to the life that once filled its rooms. It wasn't long before Holloway became a magnet for urban explorers, photographers, and paranormal investigators, all drawn to its eerie beauty and mysterious atmosphere. And this is where the legends truly take root. People who dared to venture inside reported all sorts of strange occurrences, whispers echoing down empty corridors, doors slamming shut on their own, and the unsettling feeling of being watched. One of the most persistent stories is that of a nurse who is said to roam the wards, forever tending to patients who are no longer there. Others have claimed to hear the faint sound of crying or distant music playing from the old ballroom. Are these just tricks of the mind, the wind whistling through broken panes of glass? Or is there something more? Could the intense emotions experienced within these walls, the joy, the sorrow, the hope, and the despair have left a permanent psychic imprint on the building? It's a fascinating thought. The very architecture, with its long, dark corridors and cavernous halls, seems designed to play on our deepest fears. It's the perfect setting for a ghost story. For years, the hospital sat in this state of limbo, a sleeping giant on the edge of Virginia water in Surrey. Its fate was uncertain. Developers saw prime real estate, while preservationists fought to save the historic structure from demolition. It was listed as a Grade I building, meaning it was recognized for its exceptional architectural and historical importance. This protection was crucial. Finally, after years of debate and planning, a new future for Holloway was decided. A massive restoration project began, aiming to convert the derelict hospital into luxury apartments. It was a monumental undertaking. The goal was to preserve the stunning Victorian Gothic exterior and many of the original interior features while creating modern living spaces. The Great Hall, the chapel, and the iconic clock tower were all painstakingly restored to their former glory. Today, the site is known as Virginia Park. What was once a place of confinement and later decay has been reborn into an exclusive residential community. People now live in the very rooms where patients once sought treatment. The grounds are once again beautifully landscaped, and the building stands proud, its grandeur restored. But does this transformation erase the past? Have the ghosts of Holloway been evicted, or do they still wander the now polished hallways? Some residents have shared their own experiences, claiming that the strange happenings haven't entirely stopped. Perhaps the stories are now just a part of the building's unique character, a fascinating footnote in its long and complex history. The story of Holloway General Hospital is a powerful reminder of how places can evolve. It's a tale of ambition, compassion, decline, and rebirth. It teaches us about the changing face of mental health care and our relationship with the past. From a revolutionary sanatorium to a decaying ruin, and finally to a luxury estate, Holloway has worn many masks. It forces us to ask, what is the true legacy of a place like this? Is it in the bricks and mortar, the architectural genius of its design? Or is it in the intangible human stories, the memories and emotions that are forever woven into its fabric? Perhaps it's both. The building stands as a monument, while the stories give it a soul. So next time you see an old, forgotten place, take a moment. Think about the lives that were lived there, the history it has witnessed. Every building has a story to tell, if we're only willing to listen. The tale of Holloway is just one of many, a captivating blend of history, mystery, and the enduring power of place. What do you think? Do you believe the stories, or are they just a product of our imagination? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the past.